Greetings, peace and blessings. Happy Monday. I'm the Moon Mama. How y'all doing today? Well. So anyway, today is Monday, and Monday is governed by the moon, and the moon is currently in Cancer. So one of the things that I love about the world that we're in, and the astrology and how everything is connected, is that these Cancer, these signs, basically, they are archetypes, is what they are. Cancer is the archetype of the mother, and we all have these archetypes within us. Everyone has the archetype of Cancer in them somehow, somewhere, in some way, and it's important for us to feed these archetypes so that we can continue to shift and move and grow. And the Cancer is governed by the moon, and the moon, as you see, right, every day I come and talk about the moon, and it's in a different place. It's never the same. So this is the nature of who we are, for us to be different all the time. And so what happens is that we have all mostly been conditioned in this system, which is totally upside down. The ironic thing is that the United States is a Cancer. So it's as if this country has re-nurtured us. Cancer governs nurturing. It has re-nurtured us in the opposite ways of being, outside of our nature, and into something that is beneficial to the political system, to the capitalistic system, to the systems that are here, but they drain the life from us. Like Cancer is the life-giving energy. It's the moon, it's the water, it's the ocean. Cancer is how we nurture ourselves, how we secure ourselves. Cancer governs our early childhood and our relationship to our parents and things like that. So if you think about, those experiences and how they still live in you today, and then consider, what it means to be an American. One of the things, when I was little, I used to always ask my grandmother, I would say, "Grandma, how come I was born here and not in South Africa?" Because there was so much media about South Africa and what was going on there. And I would ask her, how come, by the way, this is coconut water, and Cancer governs coconut water. And so it really hydrates your body better than water even. It's deeply hydration. Is hydration a word? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's deeply hydrating. And so it is governed by Cancer because it nurtures the energy within us. So anyway, when I was a child, I would ask my grandmother, how come I was born here and not in South Africa? And the thing that I realized is that I just was always curious about how the world worked. And because I always felt out of alignment. I felt like something was off. And something that was off was that we are in this system that has everything upside down, that has men in the lead role when women should be in the lead role, that has, creates narratives around Black people and indigenous people that are absolutely false and lies, that gives white men power that actually is not their natural power. And the thing that's going on right now in Cancer, with this country being a Cancer, is that what has been behind the veil is being revealed. So the security systems that have kept this system in place are starting to dissolve. And that means that it's time for us to take our own authority. Cancer is in opposition to Capricorn, and Capricorn is where government and all that sort of stuff is constructed. The systems are constructed. So we want to bring ourselves back to our own authority, our own power, our own strength. And how do you do that? By going inside of yourself. That's what Cancer is. It's the internal reality. It's how you're feeling, your inner world. Just like we have this external world, your inner world is the real world. And we live in a system that has forced us to only focus on the external world, how much money you have, how you look, what somebody can give you, what you have to give somebody, what you can do, not this internal world, which is, it's as above, so below. So when you ignore your internal world, it creates chaos and pain and depression and despair, because you're not in the experience of cause and effect consciously. And remember, this is all a consciousness thing. This is not about really the physical world reality, though that impacts it after. But first and foremost, what's happening is a consciousness thing. And so the energy in our country is totally changing, and the structures that have existed up to now that we've all participated in are dissolving. They're coming undone, and we can see it happening in our government. We can see it unraveling faster than we can say our names. So what we want to do, because the moon is moving into Virgo, it's going to be a full moon in Virgo on the 27th, and Virgo is when things come to the earth plane. So literally, it's so important to understand what you have been focusing your energy and your attention on for the last 6 months to a year, because that's what's coming into existence. Virgo brings things out of the heavens and into the earthly realm, meaning out of your internal world and into your external world. And that's why it's important for us to put most of our primary attention on our internal world. So if you want to learn how to do this, I have classes to teach us how to do it, to help you so that because otherwise you will be scrambling. It's like the ego will be trying to fault find, and the fear, and like they're saying right now, suicide rates are sky high. White men are killing themselves faster than any other group of people. And it's because their energy is so based in the ego, based in money, based in things that are not solid, that don't really have true value. So you've got to learn how to bring your value inside of yourself. So today, the moon is in Cancer at the 6th degree of Cancer when I checked. And the 6th degree is regeneration. Literally, one of the things that I'm always fascinated by is how we were told all these things were evil. So like we were told that 666 meant the devil. No, 666 is a really high potency creative energy. The devil is not something that is... The devil is not evil. The devil is just opposite energy. And we need to be able to work with polarities in order to create the lives that we desire. And when we don't understand polarities, which the system has done, it only has us focusing on the external polarity, which is why, our government, our politics swing so wide, because we aren't taking any full responsibility as citizens for the internal polarity. And Cancer is that. So, as our systems come undone and dissolve, it's important for you to find your inner authority, And regeneration, the 6th degree of Cancer is regeneration. And literally, it's like just looking at your life and seeing how you can regenerate yourself. What can you do? So one of the simple things you can do is start eating healthily if you're not already. Like I said, I have a really hard time drinking water. I don't want to say I don't like it, but I guess that's what I should say. So I always drink teas and things that really are easy for me to drink. That's a one way to regenerate my energy. I do my best to get enough sleep. I take moringa, I take cinnamon for my heart. I really do my best to eat healthy. Yesterday I ate some corn chips from the farmer's market, some freshly made corn chips, and I woke up this morning with really interesting bags underneath my eyes, because corn is a false food. It's not really real. So my body, when I do something that I shouldn't do or that isn't good for it, my body responds really quickly. So today, with the moon in Cancer and it being a moon day, literally, nurture yourself. Nurture and see where you have neglected yourself. See where you have bought into systems and practices that really aren't good for you. Pay attention to what your belief systems are. Also today, my next cycle of rebirthing the authentic self begins. It is a year-long course, and everything is saved and stored. So if you weren't here last month, everything is saved and stored, and you can catch up. on your leisure at your own pace. And this month we are going to be focusing on regenerating friendships, organization, community, because who we spend time with really impacts our lives, the people that we are associated with. And so we want to take time to look at those relationships and see how they're organized, see if we are overgiving or overtaking, see if there is balance, harmony, not balance because nothing is really balanced, but harmonized. See what the harmony is between in your relationships, your work. Like, this is, if you're really wanting to shift your world and your work and really have a big shift, this is the time you want to join this course. Because the thing that I understand is that I surround myself with people who are like me in many ways, who really understand cycles and systems, where we can have really deep conversations. The women in my life, we don't talk shit about men, because we understand that the men are a direct reflection of our frequency. So we love ourselves. So when we have relationships, we don't talk shit about them. Even if there's something really deep going on, we know that is there for us to help us grow and transform. We don't run from our triggers, right? So if you really want to learn how to live your life in alignment with nature and the cycles and the systems that are divinely created, join Rebirthing the Authentic Self. Mercury retrograde is finally over. There will be another Mercury retrograde coming on May 29th. I'll have another class showing up then for that season of Mercury retrograde in Gemini, which is going to be so great. Oh my goodness. So with that, I encourage you to have a really beautiful day. If there's anything I can do to support you, my calendar is pretty open this week, so you can book readings and things. But if you book natal chart readings, I need 3 days in advance. So peace and blessings, everyone. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Get yourself hydrated. Drink your water. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.